WWE definitely needs this kind of positive momentum on their side, because I was telling you this week, I haven't caught much wrestling because of the couple holiday weeks, but I did sit down and watch NXT. We got rid of this fucking dummy at work. But the one thing that struck me the past week was I heard him talking to somebody else, and he said, like, I'm big, I'm bad, I'll body slam your dad. And I'm like, I assumed it was a Danhausen thing. No. But then I found out it was a Mason Rook thing. Right. And I'm like, how does this fucking moron know what that is? Yeah. And then I was thinking, like, okay, NXT's got some cool stuff going on, but I've been hearing so much good stuff about AEW, and we've heard so much kind of like negative stuff about WWE, whether it's the whole Vince McMahon ongoing situation with like Nick Khan, the lawsuits and erasing messages, or just the rising ticket prices. And then you hear like AEW, where we'll get to it in a little bit, but putting on their best pay-per-view ever. They have exciting wrestlers. They're putting on the matches you want to see. I don't think it's too bold a claim to say that in like 2 years, in the court of popular opinion, AEW could perhaps surpass WWE.
Yeah, it couldn't even be sooner than that. But here's the thing: we also have to remember too. You know, it's very cyclable. So recyclable, is that the word? Like, you know, it's like
cyclical.
Yeah, because like 2019 when AEW came out, like they were the popular quarter of opinion. You know what I mean? Like WWE was still the biggest company, but man, everybody inside the wrestling bubble, we were talking about AEW. Go back and watch some of our original podcasts. Seriously, go back and listen to it. Watch it. But we were talking about AEW a lot. Like that company was on.
We were so excited in that first year or two when they were bringing in all the indie guys. They had the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, John Moxley as their top guys. They brought in Chris Jericho. Bringing in guys isn't always the biggest move, but they have a good eye for some of the hot young talent.
And they did a much better job of handling the pandemic too, by, you know, they always praise by putting people, you know, in the audience, by bringing in people like Eddie Kingston around that time in the pandemic and stuff, you know. Cody Rhodes, I think, was doing that TNT Open Challenge at that time. We had Ricky Starks, Eddie Kingston. There was a lot of cool stuff going on, and they really rode that momentum.
But then they plateaued for a little bit.
And I think it all kind of came in right when Vince was leaving, even the first time a little bit, when Triple H started to take over, you know, and then, oh, bam, you know, like now WWE can see this changing in creative, and they were the hot company, and everybody was really into everything WWE was doing. The Bloodline was cooking even more, even though it started.
I think we talked about it a lot around that time.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Sami Zayn, Gunther's Intercontinental title reign, just constant things are going. But now if you look at it, here we are a few years into the creative storyline. Cody Rhodes has already finished his story, and man, you go back and wrestle and you see where the NWO kind of plateaued, right? And they were hot. It's like AEW's the hot thing right now because it's looking like it's the more fresher of the company. That's not a bad thing, but to your point, can they ride that momentum and keep it going? I think to your point, it's definitely a real possibility. Could even be sooner, or a few wrong moves and things could burn out. It's a good time in wrestling, though. It's very interesting.
Yeah, Tony Khan's not averse to a wrong move, and I think a lot of it happens just because of like his view on how to run things. He's done good for the most part. There's been some missteps, but like the last year, they've really turned around the creative a lot. And you know, like I don't have a lot of WWE to talk about because I haven't been watching a lot of WWE, and it's like I haven't been watching a ton of AEW either, but when I hear about AEW stuff, it sounds way more exciting, except when it comes to NXT. I've been checking out NXT because you've had so many new names coming in there.
Yeah.
And NXT, it's always a constantly revolving company. Like your next big stars are there, but you've got people like Shawn Legacy, Vanity Project there right now. Mason Rook's come out of nowhere. I'm trying to think of that guy that Mason Rook teamed with. Cam Hendricks. There it is. I thought Hendricks was the name, but I couldn't remember the first name. And he's not a bad wrestler. That match that he had where he stole the win from Mason Rook when they teamed up was exciting. And it's nice to see like multiple different people trying to challenge for that championship.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, NXT has a lot of exciting stuff because there's always people moving in. The women's division is always cooking, you know, like it looks like they're bringing Natalya into the feud with Jada Parker and stuff like that. So that's definitely one thing WWE will have have over NXT. I'm sorry, over AEW when things go. It's like WWE really has a great feeder system for like young talent that they've invested in. Maybe it's something AEW should think about, but then again, you could argue AEW is doing that with independence in certain companies. So,
and Ring of Honor as well.
absolutely.